Hi everyone, Beckie Belote here, Newport News, Virginia. And today it's time for Scrapbook Olympics number 8. So this one, what I'm going to focus on today for my loyal scrapbookers and followers for our Scrapbook Olympic contest are frame punches. So there are some activities or some events where you should use a frame punch. So let me show you how you know when you have a frame punch. Let me change my screen. All right, so frame punches, they have these little lines on the outside. All right, so not all of our punches are frame punches. For instance, here's the new, this is called Garland Banner, and there are no little lines on the outside. This is not a frame punch, so this is not going to do what I'm getting ready to teach you. All right, so as the frame implies, it's going to go around an object. These are also border punches in that you can still do a border with them the same as you would do any of them by using these little notches. All right. But when they have these on the outside, that is for going around. All right. My thing is not where I wanted. Okay. So let's say I wanted to frame this photograph. So this photograph is a standard 4x6 photograph. In order to frame it, you need to add 2 inches to each dimension. So my piece of paper needs to be 6 by 8. All right. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper. I'm going to trim it down to 6 by 8. All right. So I'm going to line it up at the 6, and I'm going to cut down to the 8. Then I'm going to grab this corner. I'm going to flip it up. I'm going to line that up at the 8. Line this up to the cut mark or to the 6. All right. So that should be plenty big to frame our photo. All right. So instead of using these marks, we're going to use the mark out here. So I'm going to line up my piece of paper to that mark out there. Oops, first you have to open it, silly goosey goose. All right, and we're going to line it up to that first line right out here. All right, and you're going to go down until about this much paper is sticking out on the other end too. All right, so don't panic. I know it looks wrong, but it's not. I'm going to go one more time, and you can see how now the paper is sticking out a little bit down there. That means it's time to stop. So now I'm going to rotate. I'm going to put this little notch on that line. All right. All right, and I stopped. I'm going to rotate, put this little notch on that line. Don't forget don't get carried away and go to the end. You want to stop just before the end so that the little piece of paper sticking out on the back side. This time, all of the little nodules are going to fall off. I'm lining up that little thing there. I'm going to do one more time, and it should fall off at this point. If it doesn't fall off, you just pull it off, all right? Because it's ready to be pulled. And then your photo is going to fit perfectly on that. What do you think? Is that cool? All right. So, that is how you frame a photo. If it was an 8x10 photo, you would add 2 inches to each dimension, and you would need a 10x12 piece of paper to make that work. All right, so that's framing a photo. If you frame a photo with one of our frame punches on the events on my sheet that you all are doing, you can give yourself a point. But if you use the frame punch, maybe not to frame a photo, but use that function of the frame, then it may look a little bit different, but you can still get a point. So let me show you some ideas on that. So let's take an entire sheet of paper. When you use this tool, by the way, you need even numbers. Okay, so this will work on any piece of paper where your dimensions are even. All right, So if I had, for instance, this is 12 inches long. If I cut it to say 2 by 12, that would work because we have even dimensions. Sometimes, and this is not, you can't get credit for this one, but I just wanted to let you show you. Well, this will work with any of our border punches, so not really exclusive. But you could also just notch the edges, the ends to get a really cool look on a 2 inch. All right. So that's super pretty. All right. But it has to be even on both dimensions to make this work. A lot of times, a really pretty look is just with a regular 12 by 12 piece of paper because 12 by 12 is even. All right. Let's grab another one just to show you awareness of some of the others that you probably have and may not have even known it. This is dollop arch. This one works too. Because this is 12 by 12, no adjustments need to be made. I just need to remember to stick this edge out here and not on the line in here like we typically do. And be prepared that when you do that, and you can 2 pieces of paper, especially if it's not a real dense cardstock, just remember, stop before you're at the end, rotate and go around. Don't forget to put the little notch there. Don't forget and not tear it away and go too far. You want that notch to be sticking out every single time you go around. So this one is using a frame punch, but we're not framing anything except for the page will have a frame around it. All right. So there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? So that'll fit beautifully on a 12 by 12 page. I'm going to pick out another color just so that you can see how it would look on the page. Another thing you could do is cut it in half. This one has a real obvious middle, so you can't go wrong on it. And then you could actually use this on a double page spread, like maybe put this on half of the paper. Let's do it. Boy, this reminds me of the 80s. Remember when it was Izod and everybody had the little preppy pink and green? That's what this reminds me of, this color combination. All right. And so I could do a double page spread where that's on one side. This is on the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the edge. Get the scraps out of my way. And then you could have this look. All right, is that cool? And then I'll just show you one more, and that way I can highlight one more border punch, but we've got a lot. We've got the spider web, we've got geometric. Um, I'm seeing, what else am I seeing? This one is the this is called spring leaf. All right, so that's just to mention a few. And and that's what we have in stock right now. But there's more. So let's do one more just for the fun of it. Let's do a 4 by 12, just so you can see how pretty that looks. That's one of my favorites. And I would typically do 2 of these at a go because I definitely use them for borders on the edges. Let's do geometric this time. This is an oldie but good. Oh, lost my train of thought. Remember how I told you not to do that? You need to pay attention because you have to put it on the outside if you're going to frame. So let's use this piece of paper. Go back to 4, 12. Right. And then don't forget to have your piece of paper out here on that little line to start. And then don't stop at the end. Rotate, notch on the line on the outside. And this was just one. You intuitively will kind of feel that it's almost at the end. If in doubt, touch it because it's just a little smidge that sticks out. And then one more. Don't you love that? Isn't that pretty? So that makes a really cool border. And then you could put other things here. You could put, like another strip inside. Maybe the piece that I screwed up, I can do something with it. Maybe put another little piece on side of it. I could put an embellishment grouping here. So anyways, try it. Frame punches. Any of them that have the word frame, and you look under the border punches, and then in the border punches, you're going to see the ones that have that word frame in them, if they'll work like this. Okay, so try those for Scrapbook Olympics. Those of you that are participating with me today is the deadline to turn your points in. You have until midnight to turn your points in, and we will be doing some prizes for my top three. And then, of course, the contest will end after the Rio Olympics. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye, everyone. Oh, if you're looking for an advisor to shop with, my name is Beckie, Beckie, Belote, Belote, and it's www.creativememories.com/user/Beckie Belote. Otherwise, please shop with your advisor and shop with an advisor. I mean, if you don't have an advisor, pick one. Please pick one and let